Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University. Today, we are going to discuss the module Importance and Role of Indian Aviation Regulatory Authorities, DGCA and Airport Authority of India under the paper Aviation Industry, Ticketing and Frontier Formalities. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the role of DGCA and Airport Authority of India in fostering civil aviation in India, about the organizational structure of both these Indian aviation regulatory authorities. Students will also learn about the functional area of DGCA and Airport Authority of India and their importance. Dear students, India today is being considered as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Due to this fast paced growth, it has brought many economic benefits such as increase in employment opportunities, increase in per capita income, and various other socio-economic merits. This has led to the greater demand for aviation services both in passenger and cargo in the country than ever before. Civil aviation, which was largely a state-owned enterprise for many years post the liberalization moved in 1991, many private players entered in the industry. This trend has continued to date and India has become one of the attractive aviation markets for global investors. In order to regulate and render a positive direction to such a growth, the Government of India has established to coordinate and regulate the activities of aviation industry in the country. In this module, we shall be focusing on the roles and responsibilities of Directorate General of Civil Aviation, which is DGCA, and Airport Authority of India, AAI. We shall also be discussing the importance of these aviation regulatory authorities in fostering the growth of aviation in the country. Let us now start with DGCA, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation was established under the Ministry of Civil Aviation, is a regulatory body in the field of civil aviation. DGCA is primarily responsible for ensuring safety in aviation. DGCA is the body responsible for regulation of air transport services to and fro or within India and for enforcement of civil air regulations, air safety and airworthiness standards. DGCA's regulatory functions are in the line with the International Civil Aviation Organization. This regulatory body was established with a larger vision of endeavoring to promote safe and efficient air transportation through regulation and proactive safety oversight system. The headquarters of DGCA is located in Delhi and has 14 regional airworthiness offices in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kochi, Bhopal, Lucknow, Patna, Bhubaneswar, Kanpur, Guwahati and Patiala. DGCA also has 5 regional air safety offices located in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and Hyderabad. It has a regional research and development office located in Bangalore and a gliding center at Pune. Let us now discuss the functions and areas of operation. The functional areas of DGCA as described in the DGCA website are listed here. Registration of civil aircraft, formulation of standards of airworthiness for civil aircraft registered in India and grant of certificates of airworthiness to such aircrafts. The second one is licensing of pilots, aircraft maintenance engineers and flight engineers and conducting examinations and checks for that purpose. The third one is licensing of air traffic controllers, certification of aerodromes and CNS/ATM facilities, maintaining a check on the proficiency of flight crew and also of other operational personnel such as flight dispatchers and cabin crew, granting of air operators certificates to Indian carriers and regulation of air transport services operating to, from, within or over India by Indian and foreign operators, including clearance of scheduled and non-scheduled flights of such operators, conducting investigation into incidents and serious incidents involving aircraft up to 2250 kg AUV and taking accident prevention measures including formulation of implementation of safety aviation management programs, carrying out amendments to the Aircraft Act, the aircraft rules and the civil aviation requirements for complying with the amendments to ICAO annexes and initiating proposals for amendment to any other act or for passing a new act in order to give effect to an international convention or amendment to an existing convention. The next one is coordination of ICAO matters with all agencies and sending replies to state letters and taking all necessary action arising out of the Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program, that is USOAP of ICAO. The next one is the supervision of the institutes, clubs, schools engaged in flying training including stimulator training, AME training or any other training related with aviation with a view to ensuring a high quality of learning. Granting approvals to aircraft maintenance, repair and manufacturing organizations and their continued oversight. To act as a nodal agency for implementing Annex 9 provisions in India and for coordinating matters relating to facilitation at Indian airports including holding meetings of the National Facilitation Committee. Rendering advice to the government on matters relating to air transport including bilateral air service agreements, on ICAO matters and generally on all technical matters relating to civil aviation and to act as an overall regulatory and developmental body for civil aviation in the country. Coordination at national level or flexi use of airspace by civil and military air traffic agencies and interaction with ICAO for provision of more air routes for civil use through Indian airspace. The next one is keeping a check on aircraft noise and engine emissions in accordance with ICAO Annex 16 and collaborating with the environmental authorities in this matter if required. Then promoting indigenous design and manufacture of aircraft and aircraft components by acting as a catalytic agent. Approving training programs of operators for carriage of dangerous goods, issuing authorizations for carriage of dangerous goods, etc. Safety oversight of all entities approved or certified licensed under the Aircraft Rules 1937. Dear students, let us now discuss the organization and governance structure. The Director General heads the Director General of Civil Aviation and heads 11 departments of the DGCA. These departments are Administration Directorate, Aerodrome Standards Directorate, Air Safety Directorate. The fourth one is Air Transport Directorate, Airworthiness Directorate, Flight Standards Directorate. The seventh one is the Information and Regulation Directorate. The next one is Aircraft Engineering Directorate. The ninth one is Directorate of Flying Training. The next one is Medical Section. And the last one, that is the 11th, is Directorate of Training and Licensing. Let us now discuss the importance of DGCA in Indian aviation. DGCA plays a pivotal role in the sustainability and development of the aviation industry in India. DGCA, entrusted with the responsibility of implementing air safety regulations of ICAO, has relentlessly strived to make flying easier and safer for both passenger and cargo. DGCA, through its various departments, looks into crucial matters related to civil aviation such as safety, economic regulation, grievance resolutions, environmental concern, and accident investigations. Further, DGCA also regulates of airside works to ensure safeguarding of aerodrome and aircraft's operations. Besides the above area, the DGCA plays crucial role in the blue listed operational areas in the field of aviation. Aircraft certifications for airworthiness and licenses for airline schedules. Approval for foreign airline operations in India. Aerodromes, licenses and renewals. The licenses for pilots, whether commercial, private, student license or glider. Airspace and air traffic management. Approval and scheduling of flights. Training and other related services. Dear students, let us now discuss Airport Authority of India. Airport Authority of India is one of the most important aviation regulatory authorities of India, which is entrusted with the responsibility of managing airports and airspace in the country. The Airports Authority of India, or AAI, under the Ministry of Civil Aviation since its inception has strived towards creating, upgrading, maintaining and managing civil aviation infrastructure in India. The headquarters of Airport Authority of India is located in New Delhi. Now, the origin and history of AAI. Airport Authority of India was constituted in the year 2015 by an Act of Parliament. Airport Authority of India was created after merging two other erstwhile authorities, namely National Airport Authority and International Airports Authority of India, to become a consolidated with single entity. AAI was established with the single most objective and responsibility of creating, upgrading, maintaining and managing civil aviation infrastructure both on the ground and airspace in the country. Airport Authority of India now manages a total of 125 airports in the metros and non-metro cities of India, which include 11 international airports, 8 custom airports, 81 domestic airports and 25 civil enclaves at defence airfields. Airport Authority of India also provides air traffic management services over entire Indian space and adjoining oceanic areas with ground installations at all airports and 25 other locations to ensure safety of aircraft operations. In the cities of Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Nagpur, AAI has entered into a joint venture for construction, upgradation and maintenance of the airports to bring them to world-class standards. Dear students, let us now take the functions of Airport Authority of India. The primary functions of Airport Authority of India include construction, modification and management of passenger terminals, development and management of cargo terminals, development and maintenance of apron infrastructure including runways, parallel taxiways, apron, etc. Airport Authority of India also provides provision of communication, air navigation and air surveillance, which includes provision of DVR, DME, ILS, ATC radars, visual aids, etc. Also, AAI's service includes provision of air traffic services, provision of passenger facilities and related amenities at its terminals, thereby ensuring safe and secure operations of aircraft, passenger and cargo in the country. designing, development, operation and maintenance of international and domestic airports and civil enclaves. Control and management of the Indian airspace of India extending beyond the territorial space if the country as accepted by International Civil Aviation Organization. Construction, modification and management of passenger terminals in metros and non-metro cities. Development and management of cargo terminals at international and domestic airports of the country. Provision of passenger facilities and information system at the passenger terminals at all airports. Expansion and strengthening of aviation operation area, whether runways, aprons, taxiways, etc. Provision of aviation communication and navigation aids, for example, ILS, DVOR, DME, radar, etc. Air navigation services in an effort to modernize air traffic control infrastructure and air navigation and bring them to international standards for seamless navigation across state and regional boundaries. AAI consistently upgrades its satellite-based communication, navigation surveillance and air traffic management. In order to achieve this, a number of cooperation agreements and memorandum of cooperation have been signed with the Federal Aviation Administration, US Trade and Development Agency, European Union, Air Services Australia and the French government cooperative projects and studies initiated to gain from their experience. Through these proactive exercises, Airport Authority of India is being exposed to the latest technology, modern practices and procedures being adopted to improve the overall performance of airports and air navigation services. IT implementation. Airport Authority of India website provides a host of useful information of interest to the public in general and passengers in particular about the organizations besides domestic and international flight schedules. The next one is the HRD training. Airport Authority of India has a number of training establishments, whether National Institute of Aviation Management and Research in Delhi, Civil Aviation Training College in Allahabad, fire training centers at Delhi and Kolkata for in-house training for its engineers, air traffic controllers, rescue and firefighting personnel, etc. These institutions of AI are members of ICAO trainer program under which they share standard training packages from a central pool for imparting training on various subjects. Let us now discuss about the revenue. AAI generates its revenue from landing, parking fees and fees collected by providing CNS and ATC services to aircraft over the Indian airspace. However, only 16 of the 126 airfields operated by the AAI are profitable, while the other have not been as profitable. Then the privatization of airports. The Government of India in the year 2006 handed over Delhi and Mumbai airports to private companies for the purpose of modernization in under revenue sharing agreement to the GMR Group and GVK Group respectively. The Nagpur airport was transferred to the Maharashtra state-owned MEDC. Airport Authority of India has been jointly working with GMR and GVK in the maintenance and upkeeping of airports. Let us now discuss about the international projects undertaken by AAI. The Airport Authority of India from the time to time involves in various consultancy and development projects with countries such as Libya, Algeria, Yemen, Maldives, Nauru, Mauritius and Tanzania. AAI also deputes trained personnel for operation, maintenance and management of airports in these countries. Dear students, let us now take organization and governance structure. Airport Authority of India is headed by the Chairman and the Director General of Civil Aviation and ex officio reports to the Chairman of AAI. Two joint secretaries from joint secretaries from the Ministry of Civil Aviation are also the members of the board of AAI. The governing board also comprises of other experts from respective fields who occupy whole-time and part-time positions. A detailed organization structure has been discussed here. Dear students, let us now take the importance of AI in Indian aviation. Aviation in a country cannot prosper without a well-structured and connected aviation infrastructure. Growth of aviation in India has been a crucial development given its contribution in providing better access to markets and enhancing communications, enabling the economy to thrive. Some of the most important contributions of Airport Authority of India in Indian aviation have been summarized as below. AAI has undertaken several initiatives towards automating the operations at the airports with state-of-the-art technology in order to enhance efficiency. It has ongoing projects to upgrade Chennai, Kolkata airports, 35 non-metro airports and 10 other airports across the country. In order to bring smaller cities into the folds of air connectivity, Airport Authority of India is charting a roadmap for development of low-cost regional airports in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Airport Authority of India has undertaken extensive airport expansion projects in the cities of the expansion of existing terminal buildings at Ahmedabad, Amritsar, Aurangabad, Agartala, Agra, Bhopal, Chandigarh, Calicut, Dehradun, Dibrugarh, Indore, Jaipur, Lucknow, Madurai, Bangalore, Mysore, Raipur, Surat, Srinagar, Trivandrum, Udaipur, Varanasi, Coimbatore, Ranchi and Bhubaneswar are to have modern and state-of-the-art facilities at the airports. Airport Authority of India has also undertaken many innovations in their operations in order to make the airports more energy efficient and sustainable. They are the use of solar energy for electricity at various airports, for example Trivandrum Airport, Kerala. Use of the recycling of paper to stationery products throughout Airport Authority of India. Designing low-cost airport models. Wastewater recycling. Reducing separation between aircrafts to increase air capacity. Introduction of performance-based navigation. Procedures for enhanced operational efficiency. Straightening and restructuring of routes to reduce travel time and fuel. Reducing emissions in all phases of flight. The use of eco-friendly self-propelled electricity operated conveyor belts, towable conveyor belts, forklifts, battery operated tugs and pushback ultra-low flow-through flat-bedded passenger coaches. Use of electronic surveillance for complete path of passenger. Some of the developments in the field of information technology are discussed as follows. Introduction of enterprise resource planning in almost all areas of airport operations, thereby providing a unified and standardized reporting system. Introduction and use of airport information management systems, that is AIMS, for efficient billing and reporting across all airports. Upgraded AAI website for dissemination for information of all important stakeholders. Dear students, let us now discuss about Airports Council International, which is abbreviated as ACI. Airports Council International is the global trade representative of the world's airports. It is the only organization of its kind that represents the world's airports and airport authorities of various countries. ACI was established in the year 1991 with a mission to represent airports' interests with governments and international organizations such as ICAO, develop standards, policies and recommended practices for airports, and provides information and training opportunities to raise standards around the world. Let us now discuss mission of ACI. Airport Council International was established with a mission to advance the collective interests of and acts as the voice of the world's airports and the communities that they serve, and promotes professional excellence in airport management and operations. Let us now take on the objectives and roles of Airports Council International. To maximize the contributions of airports in maintaining and developing a safe, secure, environmentally compatible and efficient air transportation system. To achieve cooperation among all segments of the aviation industry and their important stakeholders, as well as with governments and international organizations. To influence international and national legislation, regulations, rules, policies, standards and practices based on established policies representing airports' interests and priorities. To advance the development of the aviation system by enhancing public awareness with regard to economic and social importance of airport development. To maximize cooperation and mutual assistance among all airports of the world. To provide members with the latest and relevant industry knowledge, advice and assistance, and foster professional excellence in airport management and operations. To build Airport Council International's worldwide organizational capacity and resources to serve all members effectively and efficiently. Students, let us now discuss the structure of Airport Councils International. As per the latest statistics in January 2017, ACI had 623 members globally, operating 1940 airports in 176 countries. ACI being the non-profit organization whose prime purpose is to advance the interests of airports and to promote professional excellence in airport management and operations, has strived to represent the interests of member airports well since its inception. According to ACI statistics, in 2015, airports worldwide welcomed 7.1 billion arriving and departing passengers and handled 105 million metric tons of cargo and 86 million aircraft movements worldwide. Airport Council International World is headquartered in Montreal, Canada, and there are 5 geographical regions. In order to pursue work with regional governmental and non-governmental organizations, specialized committees and task force support Airports Council International. The important function of ACI is to facilitate and provide training to airport personnel around the world. It provides in areas such as airport safety and security, airport facilitation, economics, environment and leadership and management. One of Airport Council International's important divisions, Airport Service Quality, is the world-renowned and globally established global benchmarking program to measure the passengers' satisfaction whilst they are traveling through an airport. It organizes the annual Airport Service Quality Awards in order to recognize the reward the best airports in the world according to ACI's ASQ Passenger Satisfaction Survey. This award has long represented the highest possible accolade for airport operators. Now, ACI regional offices and locations. Airport Council International in Africa is in Casablanca, Morocco, while in Asia Pacific its headquarters is in Hong Kong. In Europe, ACI is at Brussels in Belgium. ACI Latin America is in Caribbean in Panama City, Panama. ACI North America is in Washington DC in USA. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have discussed in this module. The Ministry of Civil Aviation, with the responsibility to formulate national policies and programs for the development and regulation of civil aviation sector has created many civil aviation regulatory authorities. Among all those important bodies, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation and Airport Authority of India have since their inception contributed tremendously in regulating the aviation sector in India. The policies and regulations are aimed at making aviation a sustainable venture in India. At the same time, for passenger and cargo, these bodies aim to make flying safer and easier. On the other hand, on a global front, Airports Council International, whose members are airports and airports authorities of the world, functions and strive to represent the interests of the global airports and important stakeholders. With these words, I sum up the module. Thank you.